I personally believe that if I give you a fish, it's not as beneficial as teaching you how to fish. Today's introduction is going to be on several videos that are related to C2C in doing GraphGAN work. You know the pictures when doing corner to corner? That's what we're going to be discussing today. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to quickly talk about it, and then we're going to do a walkthrough of the pattern itself on screen, and then I'm going to leave you to be able to fish. So we have a video on how to do corner to corner in the GraphGAN format, reading the graphs, making the graphs, and also doing color changing and being able to do all of that. So that video has been around a long time, and I used my friend Sarah from Repeat Crafter Me as an example to be able to do it with a teddy bear. That video is actually widely used, and there's a lot of kudos on it, and I think it's almost the standard when it comes to this. So what we have is, over the years, is Yarn Inspirations has presented several patterns, like tons of patterns, in C2C format. And the problem with the C2C format is that, you know, I could show you row by row and changing the colors on a particular pattern, but I find that people will say to me, you know, I wish you would have done a reindeer instead of a bear, or I wish you would have done a lighthouse instead of something else. And so for me as a tutorial host, it gets very difficult to be able to comply with those kind of requests, because the fact is that once you understand how to do these graphs or even make these graphs, it's basically up to your own story of what you want to complete. So I'm going to refer to that video in the video description if you would like to access that, because that is where you can learn to fish instead of just eating fish. And therefore, even on Yarn Inspirations, the Crochet Crowd, Repeat Crafter Me, for example, you can find these graphs and basically run to town if this is a concept that is of interest to you. We are seeing more and more pop art when it comes to the corner to corner that you'll see here on our selection. So in the more information of the video, not only is the video on learning how to do this concept also there, but you're going to see a whole whack of other patterns that are available where the graphs are already done for you. So that's really quite exciting. So without further ado, I'm going to talk specifically about the pattern that was showcased in the thumbnail, and we're going to walk through each one of those. And currently on my list I have 22 of those, and so each one of those will be a different video, and this is the same introduction for each.
Let's take a look at the corner to corner. This is the Pretty Florals Crochet GraphGAN. I think this is a first prize blue ribbon every time. I think this design is just amazing. It's classified as intermediate, but it is really quite a vision to be waiting to be crocheted. It has a bit of shading to it to provide this texture and really brings it to life. Let's take a look at the pattern itself. And it's using Karen Big Donut Ogo yarn, and it has the color and contrast that you see within the yarn itself. And what we have here is that when we scroll down, look at that. Isn't that just spectacular and how it's done? It's not symmetrical. It's completely art, just waiting to be unleashed with your crochet hook. When you scroll on down, you'll have the crochet graph that's available to you. This is the C2C graph. You'll start off in this corner and just patiently work your way in a diagonal in order to complete this particular one, going all the way to the other side. Absolutely just magnificent. This here is a blue ribbon as far as I'm concerned. And this here is the corner to corner Pretty Florals Crochet Afghan. You're going to notice more and more crochet lately has been in this format, where it's very much artistic instead of just being so symmetrical that we would expect with crochet. Really beautiful.